Hey everybody, Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another fragrance review. This time we're going to be checking out a fragrance from Nishane. This one is called Hacivat. So it's actually been a while since I've reviewed a niche fragrance on my channel. Here lately I've been focusing on a lot of affordable designer fragrances. I've been finding a lot of really nice ones for really good prices. However, this is one that I've been wanting to try for a while now, and I finally got around to picking up a bottle. On top of that, this one has also been getting a little bit of hype in the community, in the Facebook groups. A few people have been talking about it here and there, so I figured why not go ahead and review it now. So I'm going to tell you how this smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and things like that. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's go and get started. So for those of you who are unaware, this fragrance gets compared a lot to Aventus. And that's part of the reason, well, actually a lot of the reason why I wanted to get it so bad was because I'm a huge fan of Aventus. It's one of my favorite scents. I wear it all the time, and I was really curious to check this one out because the note breakdown does have a little bit of a differentiation to Aventus, so I wanted to see what it smelled like. So when I first applied this fragrance, what I get right away is pineapple. It's a very citric pineapple. I get a little bit of grapefruit and bergamot as well. The bergamot gives it a little bit of a tart bite behind the pineapple and the grapefruit. So it's a really nice citrus opening and it smells phenomenal. One thing that I really love about this fragrance is the fact that I get a lot of oak moss out of it. I love oak moss. The oak moss gives it this nice bitter and sharp quality. That's a note that is actually restricted a lot nowadays, but there is still quite a bit that I pick up on in this fragrance. That pineapple, that bergamot, that grapefruit combination really sticks around for a while. As it starts to move into the mid, I do get some more of that oak moss. Also, I get a little bit of a woodiness as well. To me, this isn't a full-on Aventus clone. That's just my opinion. Some people will consider it a clone, but I do think that it does differentiate from Aventus a little bit. Finally, in the dry down, I still do get some of that pineapple. I get a lot of the oak moss, a lot of the woods, but I get a nice dose of patchouli as well. And the patchouli really smells amazing in this fragrance. I really do like that note. Some people don't like it that much, depending on what type of patchouli it is. Sometimes it can be very stanky and, dirty smelling. Other times it can be done really nice. And here in this fragrance, it works out really well, and it gives it more of a mature smell, and it just smells really nice. I really do love that citric pineapple and those other citruses in the opening. It smells really nice. So again, like I said, I don't think it's a full-on Aventus clone, but one way that I do like to describe this scent is I like to call it an Aventus extrait. So as we all know, Aventus is an eau de parfum concentration. So typically with an extrait, it has a higher concentration, but on top of that, a lot of times the fragrance itself will also come across a little bit more rich. It'll have some more depth. And to me, this is really what this fragrance is. It takes that Aventus type of DNA and adds some more depth, and it really adds this nice dark undertone. Aventus is already very masculine and pretty mature, but in my opinion, this almost comes across a little bit more masculine and even more mature smelling than Aventus. One way to imagine it is this is like Aventus's grandfather or something. This, like I said, has more of a mature and dark aspect to it, and that's something I really like. The oak moss, the patchouli, the woody notes really gives it a lot of depth, and it smells fantastic. I don't consider it a full-on Aventus clone. It does take a lot of inspiration from it, but like I said, it's almost like an extrait version of Aventus. It really takes that, darkens it up, adds more of a mature twist to it. Again, the patchouli is really nice. It gives it a little bit of an earthy quality. It really fits in there well. One thing that I've been playing around with doing is actually layering this with Aventus. I would go maybe one spray of Hacivat and then maybe 2 sprays of Aventus, just kind of layering them together just to play around with it, and that seems to work out really good as well. So when can you wear Nishane Hacivat? You can wear it for about pretty much any situation that you want to. It's very versatile, just like Aventus is. It's going to work for anything. You can wear it casually, you can wear it formally, you can wear it on a date, you can wear it evenings out, you can wear it during the day. Honestly, it really doesn't matter too much. You can wear this stuff whenever. In terms of seasons, it is more of a spring and summer scent to me. That citrus is very nice. This does have a lot of added depth to where maybe it could work better in the fall as well. But to me, even though it does have more of a dark quality, I'm still going to be wearing it primarily in the warmer weather. It really does well off my skin in the heat. It just smells incredible once it gets warmed up. Also, I want to mention really quickly, I've been adding a lot of new fragrances to my website. If you head on over to chaosfragrances.com, you can check out everything I have to offer there. They're all brand new, 100% authentic fragrances, mostly designers now. I'm trying to compete with a lot of the discounters in terms of prices and shipping, trying to beat their prices, if not get as close as I can as possible. On top of that, I'm also offering fast shipping at a really good price. My customers have been getting their packages in 2 to 3 business days, which is really fast. I'm really happy with that. typically with FragranceNet, you're going to be waiting for about a week, and that is even with the paid shipping option sometime. With my website though, even the standard shipping option, they've been getting their stuff in 2 to 3 days, so there's really no need to go for a faster shipping option. Like I said, I'm trying my best to give you guys the best deals possible, trying to really compete with a lot of the discounters. When you head over to the website, a pop-up box will come up. If you enter your email, you'll get a 5% off discount code that you can use for your first order, so definitely do that. So like I said, if you're interested, go check out the website, look around and see what you like. So let's go and touch on performance of this fragrance, and this is where it gets really good. Longevity wise, it's up there. When I first sprayed it on and I was testing it for the first time, sprayed it on sometime in the afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock, and the next morning I could still smell it off my skin. It was still projecting. My girlfriend could still smell it off my skin the next morning. So it's very strong in terms of longevity. So that would put it at over the 12-hour mark for longevity. Really, at that point, it's hard for me to get an exact number. I just know that lasts well into the next day, and that's pretty crazy. A lot of times Aventus will do that on my skin as well, but this stuff, I'm willing to bet that it lasts longer than Aventus. Like I said, this is an extrait parfum, so not only was I saying that this is an Aventus extrait just in that term, but this is also actually an extrait concentration, not an EDP. It's an actual extrait, so it is very, very potent stuff. Projection wise, very, very strong also. This stuff actually projects stronger than Aventus does. When I was doing my testing, I did 1 spray of Aventus on me and I did 1 spray of Hacivat, and I was with my girlfriend having her give me some feedback, and she said all she could smell was the Hacivat and she couldn't smell Aventus at all. So again, that was just with 1 spray, projecting out very far, filling up the whole vehicle while we were in a car. And then even after that, throughout the day, this stuff was still projecting more. So you will want to limit your sprays, most likely with this one if you're going to be indoors, because it will fill up a room pretty easily with just a handful of sprays. You don't have to go crazy with this one. Very strong stuff. And in terms of how long it projects, I don't know exactly how long. It projects for a long time. Typically a lot of fragrances, after a couple hours, they die down. This one keeps kicking though after a couple hours, and I would willing to bet that's projecting well into the 6-hour range, maybe even more, because this stuff is very strong. This stuff has so much depth, it's so strong in longevity and projection. Really, really, really nice stuff, and it's a great scent. One thing I do also want to mention is this is a 50 ml bottle, and they are actually just now coming out with a 100 ml bottle. So I am a little bit bummed about that because I just picked this one up. If I knew that they were coming out with a 100 ml, I probably would have waited and picked that one up instead. But nonetheless, I'm still happy I have this. Also just want to mention these bottles are really nice. The cap is heavy. The cap is actually heavier than the bottle. So when you put it on there, it is kind of top heavy. One thing I am disappointed about is the quality control of these bottles. So when I ordered this, I actually ordered another one from Nishane as well. I went with Wulong Cha, which looks like this bottle right here. And when I got both of these in, when I went to take the caps off, the inside plastic part came out on both. So that is glued in. It looked like they just used hot glue or something like that. And like I said, when I took off the caps, that part came out on both of them. So the caps were useless right off the bat. I had to actually glue them back in myself, which isn't a huge deal. They're holding up fine for now. I'm sure they will be because I'm not going to be doing anything crazy with these. But it's just kind of annoying, you know, you get these new bottles in and the caps really don't work at all. Then another thing with this bottle, there's a little bit of the paint wearing off around where the cap is. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it. Just a little bit of paint wear. Again, this isn't a huge issue. I'm not complaining about it too much. It is just kind of annoying though. Their quality control could be better. That's one thing people typically hate on about Creed, is their quality control. But these really aren't doing that well either. Again, not a huge issue. I was able to fix it. That's just something to keep in mind. If you get your bottles and the cap is all messed up, you know, don't be too surprised. Let's touch on compliment factor. This stuff is going to be a compliment beast. Just like Aventus is, this stuff is going to break in the compliments. It's got that nice citrus that everyone likes, mixing with that nice dark Aventus type of DNA. It's going to be a killer, especially in the spring and summer, in my opinion. If you just go with 1 to 2 sprays probably, and you're going out in the spring and summertime, this stuff is going to kill it for you. It's going to be great. The longevity and the projection is phenomenal. So that's typically one thing that will hold back when it comes to getting compliments with fragrances. If they don't perform that good, you're not going to get as many compliments because of that. With this fragrance here, you don't have to worry about that. This stuff is a beast, so people are going to be smelling it. One thing to be careful with though is if you overspray, people might get annoyed. So that's just kind of, you know, one thing you have to be careful with. with. Don't go too crazy with this stuff because it's extremely strong. Let's touch on price really quickly. You can pick up these bottles for around the $140, $145 range on the Facebook groups. There are a few sellers who have them for good prices. Retail price is like $240, I believe, or it's up there pretty high. Don't pay retail, just head on over to the Facebook groups, do some searching, and you'll be able to find deals for these bottles pretty easily. So wrapping this up, because this review is getting pretty long, I'm recording for about 16 minutes now. That's before I edit all the other stuff out. But final thoughts, I love this fragrance. I'm really happy that I went with it. To be honest, when I first smelled it, I wasn't too impressed. I did like the scent, but I liked Aventus more. But now, as I've worn it more, I've realized that it is a little bit different than Aventus. I can wear it in different situations than Aventus, and I love how it really is like an Aventus extrait. It's a stronger and more dark version of Aventus. So if you are a fan of that Aventus DNA and want something that's a little bit darker, that's even stronger, just something you can wear for different situations, definitely check this one out. This is great stuff. Like I said, they're going to be coming out with a 100 ml, so if that's your type of thing, you probably should wait for that. So if you guys have tried Nishane Hacivat, let me know what you think of it down below, and that's going to do it, guys. So if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post, and that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.